The Eagles saga continues, Mike.
It is a saga.
You know, it was a beautiful day on Sunday, and I just wish at halftime or early in the third quarter I would have turned off the TV. Like Rubenthal, I'm going to use his name in both segments so far. Jeff Rubenthal,
Money in the
photographer, you know. He said turn off the TV when I mowed his yard. It was a beautiful day. I should have gone away from the TV and the Eagles because what a horrible second half of a game. And I think the biggest problem was the Eagles went to this Wildcat offense too much.
You think that was the biggest problem?
There was no continuity. It was a big problem. Yes, they had turnovers. Defense didn't look as good. But you know what? They gave Drew Brees some short fields to work with too. And this, you don't need to help this guy out.
The Eagles' special teams were horrible.
Yes,
and they had some key turnovers at bad times. I don't think the Wildcat was as much of a factor as you do.
There was lots of factors,
but there were a lot of things that went wrong. And really, the Eagles. I mean, of course, exhibition games are meaningless, but they really played defense horribly in the exhibition games too. And again on Sunday. Now, in fairness, they played a real good team and a real good offense and a real good quarterback on Sunday.
They did. Now let's go back to this Wildcat. I can't get off of it.
All right.
Why do you have to use a trick pony when you've got stallions? If you've got good players already, you don't have to resort to this gimmick offense. And I thought they didn't get continuity or a rhythm out there on the field, and that really hurt them. And I'm really concerned this week with how they're going to use Michael Vick with this. Yes, he's good for this. He can run. He can throw some. He's not a great passer. But again, how are you going to keep the rhythm of your offense if you keep throwing him out there? Miami used it last year, Mike, because they had to. They weren't a very good offensive team, and it worked well for them.
Well, they used it last night, too, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, they used it effectively last night. But, I mean, you know, I thought that Kevin Cobb, the quarterback, I thought he played pretty well in the first half, at least. I didn't see the whole game, but I thought he played pretty well in the first half. Obviously made some big mistakes in the second half, but I overall, I mean, he threw for almost 400 yards. I mean, I thought he played pretty well, but you know, the Eagles look you're right, look disjointed. They look there is a lack of continuity and a lack of smoothness there that is really strange because they're not. It's not like they've got all this new personnel.
No.
I mean, it's very, very shaky performance.